What's up, everybody? Coach Mills here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video, because this video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about some huge news in Valorant and esports in general, where TSM actually changed their name, or rather fused it with a cryptocurrency exchange. And we're going to be talking about this entire deal because it's the largest deal in esports history. I'm going to talk a little bit about crypto and gaming in this very untraditional news update. But smash that like, subscribe, and go to the GameLeap website if you really want to improve at Valorant. High quality guides, step-by-step instruction, VOD reviews. We got everything that you could possibly need on the GameLeap website, so go check it out right now down below. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. So TSM dropped a very interesting video today on YouTube. A well-edited, well-cut-together, kind of funny video, just simply titled, "We changed our name for $21 million." And that is not a lie. TSM signs a 10-year name-changing deal to the rights to their name with crypto exchange FTX. Now, I'm not gonna gloss over that number because that makes it the biggest esports deal, period. $210 million is a fat wad of cash, and now TSM is going to be called TSM FTX. Now, this score represents something extremely big for esports orgs in general, leveraging their clout and their social influence to actually make lots and lots of money. If you don't know, most esports organizations, in fact, most esports companies in general, are simply not profitable and have regular investors that invest by a quarterly basis, and esports orgs are one of the worst at this, where they are consistently raising 2 million, 5 million just to stay afloat. Now, the reason that this is the case is because a lot of these esports orgs sell away parts of their company, and they are using all this money to potentially craft a niche for themselves, a name for themselves in the esports space, and as it grows, investors get rewarded by putting money up front into these orgs, and that's kind of how it works in the esports scene as a whole, because it's a very new industry, it has a lot of potential, so people want to invest in it, even if it's not the most profitable thing in the world. That being said, this is a definite profitable deal, and I think this is going to be something that is going to happen in the future. However, this is absolutely nuts to actually be selling away naming rights to just get a fat payout, but that is an extremely fat payout for an org, and it's a 10-year deal, $210 million. That's just crazy to me. Now, that being said, there's a little bit of trouble in paradise with this article being released by Jacob Wolf, and it said this: TSM barred from using new FTX sponsor and name jersey on League of Legends Valorant broadcasts. Basically, TSM could still partner with FTX going by the name TSM FTX on social media and in other games where these restrictions do not exist, but for specifically Riot Games, so any Valorant, League of Legends, and maybe other games in the future, they basically do not allow direct advertisements to their players. They said this, quote, to Dote Esports: "The TSM and FTX sponsorship deal does not break any LCS sponsorship rules, but crypto exchanges fall under a category of sponsorship that carries activation restrictions. As a result, TSM's new naming convention and FTX brand placement on TSM jerseys will not apply to the LCS or other Riot Games esports in North America." So a lot of people are like, oh, damn, FTX got completely screwed by paying all this money and they can't even put it on the jerseys of players in North America. Well, it's actually the case that both organizations knew about this in advance. FTX and TSM both knew that this was going to be the actual policy for Riot Games. They most likely reached out to them, but they already knew the information ahead of time. And that being said, FTX still thought it was a good deal, so maybe the deal would have been even bigger if this wasn't the case. However, we're really going to have to see how Riot Games actually tackles cryptocurrency sponsorships in the future. Now that we see how much money is to be made here, I imagine that a lot of future organizations are going to be doing a pretty similar thing with some of the other big cryptocurrency exchanges. Now, for those of you who don't know, transitioning a little bit more into nerdy crypto talk, China has a current ban on its citizens for purchasing and selling crypto to organizations and things like that. So China is pretty hard on crypto right now. We don't know if the legislation is going to change, but when you have Riot Games that is owned by Tencent, that is a Chinese company, it is unclear how accepting they're going to be of crypto in the future. So that's just kind of where we're at right now. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, okay, what the hell does crypto have to do with gaming? Why are these being connected like this? Well, there is a lot of places where crypto and gaming intersect, and I think it's important to talk about this because crypto and gaming are going to be kind of interconnected more and more as we make our way into the future. The first big reason is that gamers can understand the value of crypto more, digital assets being worth money. I mean, all of us have opened some freaking knives in, CSGO, and we've sold those knives and made a little bit of money. So So we kind of understand digital things being worth actual money when a lot of people have a hard time getting their head around how can something that is just on the computer be worth anything when we buy money for skins and things like that. So just right there, that connection kind of connects crypto and gaming just automatically. But the next level to that is non-fungible tokens, which I'm not going to get too into. This is probably not the channel for, but basically non-fungible tokens are just like an identifier that is basically put onto crypto where one item is always one item in the crypto space. So to give you an example that actually, you know, matters to gamers, one of the problems with a game like Hearthstone, right, is that you buy all these cards or you open all these packs and then you have tons and tons of cards, but when you want to leave the game, you don't get any of that money back. Or if you want to, you know, trade your cards or sell your cards and get different cards, you can't do any of that either, unlike traditional paper card games. Well, the idea is that the game would be built on a cryptocurrency that allows every single card to have a certain identifier NFT, and then each one of those would be worth more or less money on the market, depending on how rare they were. And you might be saying, hey, that's pay to win. Well, one of the great things about real paper card games is that you build up a collection that is like $200 to $300 or more, and if you ever want to, you know, swap decks or leave the game entirely, you can just sell that hoe and get all that money back. That's just like one isolated example. There's a lot of downsides as well. I'm not really getting into that, but I thought that this was important to talk about how crypto and gaming is just the future. They're kind of joining together, whether you like it or not. It's happening at a rapid pace, and this is really jump-starting that deal. I think we're going to see a lot more of this type of deals going forward because there's tons of money to be made, and a lot of these esports orgs have found a way to instantly become profitable. So yeah, really interesting, really weird video concept. Let me know if you want me to talk more about the finance aspect of esports in the future, because I know a fuck ton about the finance of esports and different things like that. But it definitely is a pretty weird, you know, conversation on this channel. But smash that like and subscribe and go to the GameLeap website for the highest quality, in-depth advanced guides you'll find anywhere on the internet. Go check it out in the description down below. But thank you so much for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the video, even if it was a little weird today. I love yo faces, and I'll see you next time.